it's very gray area in Australia when we are investing. So if we don't have a right advice, the things can go pear-shaped very quickly.
Everything done by the team, and then that save our lots of time, and that's why we choose investment through Adil.
My name is Rajpreet. We live in Western Sydney, married. We have 2 boys.
Myself Harpreet, and we live in Western Sydney, and I work as accounts assistant.
So it's basically when we signed a contract and everything was ready to go. So yeah, I was thinking it's going to take some time. And he presented the property and he said, okay, here's a property. And for me, it was so quick. I was not expecting that it was going to be so quick. It was never a case like we are feeling that way, that we are in trouble. We always thought we are in a safe hands. Since we did the first interview with him, where he briefed us what is the procedure and stuff. So after that, we were confident that we are in the safe hands. So basically, we want to live a comfortable life and a comfortable retirement where we can travel around the world comfortably without having to think too much about the finances, and also a little bit of a generational wealth which we want to build up for the kids. It's just something personal for us, because when we came to this country about 15 years back, we came with nothing. So we have to start from zero. So we want to give a right platform for the kids. So our parents have done enough for us. Now we want to repeat the same thing for our kids when they are here, so they can live the comfortable life. They don't have to wait for we have to wait for till the retirement age or close to the retirement age.
Yes, so when we came from here, from overseas India, so we have to change our profession, both of us, so we can get easy job here. But our first love is what we were doing in India. So we don't want for our kids for that. So we want them, whatever they want to do, they can do in their life. So we want secure future for them. That's all. So that's why we are investing in the property, so we can get enough wealth for them, and so they can enjoy their life, which we were not able to do in the beginning when we came here from overseas.
Just to stay happy, that's what we teach our kids, that they have to only chase happiness. So as long as we are happy, everything is all good.
For that, we need the good wealth in our bank account, so we can enjoy in our future as we want.
If we have a house which is paid off, it helps a lot in your budgeting, because it takes most of the budgeting goes into either your renting or the mortgage. So we thought real estate investing is one of the options which is safe. This is the thing which we can actually go and touch. So this is not something we are buying in the numbers or as the shares or bitcoins and stuff. This is what we felt like we can go and actually see and touch it. And also looking in the data, talking to a few different people, we realize this always goes up because it's a long-term investment. It's not a short-term investment. So if it is a long-term investment, we believe the property prices will always go up.
As per our investigation, we prefer to invest in property, because in the future property value will increase, what we can expect. And that's why we prefer to invest in property instead of bitcoins or share market.
We have properties before which we don't have a good experience with. So it was not a nice experience investing before. It's just with going with the contracts and stuff. So we always feel a little bit overwhelmed to go and look for the properties, and all this a lot of time is involved looking into the right property and then going through the contracts and making sure that we don't make any mistakes while signing the contracts and finalizing the property. And then it takes a lot of time. Before we bought the properties on our own, we took the advice and we read the contracts ourselves. It's very gray area in Australia when we are investing. So if we don't have a right advice, the things can go pear-shaped very quickly.
As per our previous experience with our property, that was land plus home package, and we spent lots of time to first find the property, need to went there, take leave from office and need to go there and find the property, and then after that, because that was home plus land package, need to spend lots of time to amendments in the property, and then every week we need to go there, appointment for tiles and and then lots of other amendments in the house required. But when we find about Adil and his team, we find that they done everything themselves, and we don't need to spend our precious time to find the property, and then for appointments, they done everything over online, and then even inspection of the property, everything done by the team. And then that save our lots of time, and that's why we choose investment through Adil.
We have investment properties before, but this was through self-managed super fund, which we want to do it. It was only for less than a year. We were looking for a property, and when my broker advised me to take a help from experts, because this is something which we can't go wrong when we are building the super fund investments. So then they advised me to go through Adil and see if we are okay and how we find Adil in finding a property. So once we spoke to Adil, we felt confident that he is the right person who can find the property for us. And especially this is a long-term investment because it's for the self-managed super fund. And we have to be right in finding the right place. So the property price goes up. It's a safe area, and the house itself is built all right. There's no major issues because we don't want to spend more than what we already have in our super fund. Now the time is actually money in real estate. So when 2008, when we came to Australia, the prices are very low, and since then they have actually gone up. People are still waiting for the right time to jump onto the real estate market, but it's as they always say, is always a right time to enter into the real estate market, as long as the areas and the properties are good.
And also trying to find a good team who can help us. That's Adil was the perfect.
It's not the right figure. First, I think it's better to get into contact with their financial advisor. The goals are different for everyone, but for me, it doesn't matter how much is our pay. As if we are not building the wealth for later on, it's not going to actually help. So having larger income, if we are not saving or not investing, it's not going to help us in the long run. So the money which say $100,000, the value of the $100,000 is not going to be the same in next 10 years. So retiring with 400,000, 300,000, we don't think it's going to be enough. But considering for today's state, we may say it is good enough. But when we are thinking of 20 years ahead or 25, 30 years, it's not going to be enough. One is the advice. The funding is one of the main sources where we need. And then the right advice, like depending upon how much funding we have, we can still go for different areas depending on the budget. So finding the right team who you can actually speak up and say, okay, this is the funds we have in, let's say for us in our case was a super fund. So we briefed Adil, this is the super fund we have, so tell us what sort of properties we can buy. Which areas. We have few other things which we briefed to Adil, that we want to choose an area which is closer to the city. It's gonna be in one of the major cities wherever we can buy, and it's gonna be for the long term. So we give this brief to Adil so he can find the right property for us within our budget. So I was introduced with Adil from my broker. So I was trying to take advice from few different people. So I was calling all the time. So when I spoke to my broker that this is what I'm trying to do, he said he have already worked with Adil for few different projects, and he said this is the right team for for us. And he said the first thing is if we can speak to him, see how we feel like, and if we feel confident, we can go ahead with Adil. So when I spoke to Adil, he did the briefing, he showed us the data, he showed us, first he asked what we are looking for. He listened to us thoroughly, and then he came back with the plan that, this is what's been happening around Australia. These are the areas which we can target. Once I saw that he is well prepared, he has numbers to back it up, his claims, then I thought that we felt confident that this is a team we can go ahead with. And especially for the super, as we said, we want a team which is confident and they are thorough in their work. So we were advised to buy a property in Harper's Crossing for 660, which is very close to Melbourne city. We were not sure, that's the way the expertise came in. So when we look at the floor plan, it was a 3-bedroom house. So he said we can make some changes and he can actually get it done for about $5,000. So we did that change, and investing about $5,000 in that property gave us a return of about 30 to 40 grand within 1 month. So since then the property price has already gone up by about 50 grand, which is enough to pay for Adil's expert services. So this is something which we are not sure, when we look at we do the sorting of the properties, say this is a 3-bedroom house or a 4-bedroom house, but there is an opportunity to make some amendments which can actually grow the value of the property, which Adil advised that this is the property we are going to go for. There is a scope which, by investing a little bit of money, we can get a good return. So was within a month, the property price, we got about 40 to 50 grand extra. It could be from anything from 6 months to a year or more. Finding a right property and then finding the area first in the budget, and then is always some sort of insecurity in the mind that whether we are doing it right, because it's hard to predict the areas as itself, that and then to visit those areas, we can't go all over Australia to go and look and see if this street is good or this suburb is good. So if we have to finalize that way, unless we don't know anyone from this industry, it's very hard.
We saved lots of time as compared to our previous experience. So he done everything, he and his team done everything themselves, and we just need to contact through emails or through phone, but we don't need to go there personally.
Starting from finding the right suburb, right property, and then making some changes as required. So we finalize the contract, property, doing the inspection of the property, and then doing amendments on the property. After that, finding a real estate agent who can rent it out for us, and doing the inspection. So basically, from end to end, from buying, looking for the property, to renting it out through the right agents, everything was done by Adil.
Yeah.
Getting into contact with their financial advisor, see what works good for them, and then finding the right team. And if someone is looking to buy a property, I think this is where they have to start with. Financial advisors, then a person like Adil and his team who can help them out if they are looking to buy in investment or for themselves, any property for themselves. Working in Australia for last 15 years, the amount of super which we built, and if we compare with what we have built within 6 months, is exponential. So if the things keep on going the way they are going, what we have done in 15 years, we could achieve that one within 2 to 3 years.